Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to the review of Lost Demos, a CD that is a part of Meteora's 20th anniversary release. This video is a companion piece to my previous Meteora reviews, where I've reviewed the original CD and the underground CD, you know, the one with 19 B-sides. This Lost Demos CD contains songs that were never heard before. These are brand new B-sides. I urge you to watch my previous Linkin Park reviews because I talk there in details about how I started listening to this band. To put it shortly, I've been listening to Linkin Park for the past 23 years, and it's all because of my sister. The production on these demos is tight, it's clean but heavy, no loudness war, no clipping. Some songs have better production than the rest, but all of them are still of high quality. Message is diverse, songs are about various subjects, mostly personal issues, relationship problems, struggling through life, standard lyrical themes for Linkin Park. That's why we love them. Structure is basic, standard verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, nothing fancy, and music is nu metal. The CD starts with "Lost in these memories, leaving behind my own illusion, lost all my dignity, living inside my own confusion, but I'm tired, I will always be afraid." Great song. The first thing you're going to notice is the drumming. It's precise, it's groovy, I love it. Next is the bass. It's audible, not as loud as I wish it to be, but I still enjoy it. The keyboard and atmospheric elements are up front, and that's what I enjoy about all of these B-sides the most. The atmosphere, the tension it creates, the overall vibe, it's very mystical, even magical. I dig it. The guitar work throughout the record is splendid. I love what Brad is doing. It has that classic vibe of old school Linkin Park. Mr. Hahn, as usual, provides amazing turntables and he helps with the atmosphere. And finally we have the vocals. Mike and Chester are killing it. Especially Chester. Chester is just one of the best vocalists ever. His range, the emotions and feelings he puts into his voice. He has such a distinct and powerful voice. You will love everything he does here. He's the best part about every song. And Mike, he's great as well. His rapping skills are legendary. He also sings on some of these songs. He's not as good as Chester, obviously, but still has a nice voice. Before I start dissecting individual songs, I just want to give massive shout out to those guys because not every band releases all of their B-sides like that. I wish more bands would do it, like Korn, Slipknot. They have so many B-sides. Like, I made a Korn compilation album on YouTube. You can find it on my channel. 34 original songs by Korn, and you cannot find them on any compilation. Only those unofficial ones. And Linkin Park is doing that officially. They are selling epic packages full of music, full of B-sides, live versions, covers. There's just everything. And I love it so much. I wish more bands would do this thing. Why aren't they doing it? Sure, probably copyright issues and the labels are fucked in the head, but don't you want to get some money? People would love to hear more music from their favorite artists. Even if the artist doesn't like his song, it doesn't mean the song is bad. Trust me, I create music, half of the things I'm doing I don't enjoy, but people are like, yeah, that's great, thank you for releasing it. So I'm like, I might be unhappy about it, but I still want to give something to the people, and I wish more musicians and labels had that mindset. Lost is a beautiful song, the vocal delivery is top-notch, it's the best part about the song. My favorite part of the song is the bridge. I try to keep this pain inside, but I will never be Alright. I love that part, it's so beautiful. There are two versions of Lost, the single one and the 2002 mix that is featured on some special editions. I must say that I enjoy this newer mix more, but it has worse guitar sound. The 2002 mix has better guitars. While I am praising this song very much, I understand why it didn't make the cut for the record, cause it's basically an inferior version of Numb. At least this song is very similar to that one. 9 out of 10. Falling from grace, I watch it all fall apart, knowing I could have changed it all from the start. Fighting myself, I always lose. Fighting myself, I always lose. Now, Fighting Myself is my favorite song on this CD. How it wasn't chosen for the record is beyond me. This song is better than Numb, Breaking the Habit. This is a classic Linkin Park song, starting from the instrumental work, which is genius. I love the guitars, the bass, the drumming, the keyboard elements, that sample that is reversed. No, 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 no. Great shit! I love this song so much. I made a guitar cover on the day it was released because it's just so fucking good. Chester's voice here cures my depression, and Mike's rap verses here are beautiful. 11 out of 10. More the Victim is another banger. I enjoy this song way more than Numb or Breaking the Habit. The lyrical content here is just top-notch, very relevant, because last year I was abused by my ex and she was like that, like the person they are singing about, where you make every situation about you and how much you are hurt, and you're always the victim, and you blame everyone around you, but not yourself. Everyone is at fault, but not you, and I just hate people like that, because I've spent too much time with them. So this song touches my soul. I love the rap verses the most, because Mike's flow here, it's so fucking good. And Chester's vocals, as usual, he sounds like an angel here. 10 out of 10. Now from this point on we are getting songs that are just demos, because the previous 3 were mixed very well. These aren't going to be like that, but the production is still nice. Massive features only Mike on the vocals, his rapping and singing, and I must say that I am enjoying his vocals here. It's certainly much better than his Breaking the Habit original 2002 demo, where he was singing like Shrek. Here he has a beautiful voice. Still, I wish Chester would do the chorus. Maybe this is the demo where he was showing Chester how to sing the chorus, but Chester never had time to record them. Great lyrics, great verses. Not my favorite song here, but still very good. I can understand why it wasn't finished or chosen for the record. 9 out of 10. Healing Food is my second favorite song here. How didn't this make the cut for the album? This is again better than Numb and Breaking the Habit. The keyboard and the atmosphere are my favorite parts of this track, and then the vocals. While the verses have the best music, that keyboard is so good. The chorus is the best from the vocal standpoint. It's safe to say, I've always felt this way, holding my words back again for feeling uninvited. Now it's safe to say. Great shit. I remember that before this song was released, I was thinking, is this going to be Broken Foot but with vocals? But no, it's a completely different song, and it's such a positive surprise. Don't get me wrong, I love Broken Foot song as well. I even did a guitar cover of it 6 years ago when I was starting playing the guitar. This is a beautiful song, and also let me go back to Massive for a second. Massive has a cool reference to the song Part of Me from the Hybrid Theory EP, but actually the best version of Part of Me is the 99 demo one because it has a better bridge and the pre-chorus has screaming, not the singing. Going back to Healing Food, it's a 10 out of 10 track. A6 is just A6 but with Mike's rapping in the verses. It doesn't include Chester sadly, and I must say that this is the weakest version of A6. My favorite one will always be the short one, the 1 minute one, because it has corny riffs, then the original long instrumental version, because it's just so heavy and on point, and this is basically the same version, but Mike included keyboard elements here. And while I enjoy the keyboard elements in the verses, and I guess the chorus, it annoys me as hell in the breakdown. Is the keyboard supposed to be Chester's vocals? Like, it was an idea how the vocals could sound like, but it's just so annoying because it doesn't fit the music at all. It gets on my nerves. So that's the reason why I consider this the weakest version of A6. 8 out of 10. Cuidado, or however you pronounce it, is a Lying From You instrumental demo. It differs very much from the original, has a different keyboard elements, some of the guitar work is also different, but still it has the same breakdown, just not at the beginning, it's at the end. Cool stuff, I truly enjoyed this one. 9 out of 10. Husky is a Hit the Floor demo. It doesn't have Chester on it, but Mike did the verses. These are different lyrics than in the final version, and what can I say? It's fun hearing almost instrumental cut of Hit the Floor, and the rapping isn't bad, it's good. But I wish it had Chester, so this is just good. 7 out of 10. Interrogation is an easier to run instrumental demo, and it varies a lot from the original or the final one. It has a different vibe. If this had vocals, it could be even considered a different song because of how much the vibe differs, but it still sounds nostalgic for some reason. I enjoy this one. 8 out of 10. Faint demo and Figure 09 demo. Now these are my least favorite tracks here. Faint demo is just Faint with some cool rapping. Again, no Chester. There are 2 breakdowns instead of 1. I love the intro in this Faint. I wish it was in the final cut. Sadly it's not. And everything else is inferior to the final version. 6 out of 10. And Plaster to Figure 9. When I've heard there's going to be Figure 9 demo on this record, I was like, is this going to be an expanded version of that Figure 9 demo from 2002 that we've heard? Where Chester would sing, all these things I could not say made me so much more afraid. Get me high, to get me high, do. And it had a amazing bridge, you know. Chester was screaming his heart out on that demo. But this demo is completely different. It only has Mike on the verses, no Chester. It's like a completely different song. So that album version of Figure 09 is basically a mix of those 2 instrumentally with completely new lyrics and vocals on top of that. And I've searched the web for a mashup of Plaster 2 and Figure 9 2002 demo. I found it, I've produced it a little bit, added equalizer and some shit, and I've released it on my channel, so go check it out. It's a lyric video. It's finally what I've wanted. I wanted those rapping verses and Chester singing together, so you can find it on my channel. And this version is incomplete, and it's the weakest thing on this record to me, because I was just so disappointed to not hear Chester on it. All these things I could not say. 6 out of 10. Shifter is a From the Inside demo, but it could be considered a completely new song, because Mike is doing all of the vocals, his rapping and singing, beautiful voice. I love the atmosphere of this one. It's truly very melancholic and sad, It sounds magical, like from Alice Madness Returns game. I don't know why, but it reminds me of that. Great stuff, not as good as the final version, but still fun to listen to. 8 out of 10. West Side is a new instrumental piece. I love the vibe of this one. It reminds me of old school rap music, but we have guitars in the chorus. It's a good song, standard for that Meteora era. I enjoy it, 7 out of 10. And the final song, Resolution. Now this one hits hard. It hits right in the feels. So I love the atmosphere of this track because it's very depressing and sinister sounding when it comes to those keyboard elements and such, but I love the vocals from Mike. His rapping is on top of his game here, but the chorus hits so hard because you hear that there's supposed to be Chester there and he's not. And even the lyrics, Mike is like, something is missing from me, or something similar to that line, and it hits you, it makes you sad. I've actually cried hearing this one, and it's not perfect, but it evokes various emotions. If this had Chester on it, I think I would prefer this song to end Meteora instead of Numb, because it's such a perfect ending. 9 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is various and the flow is fitting. Replayability, yeah. It's a great record. I enjoyed this thing from beginning to the end. It's like hearing Meteora 2.0. More of the same thing, but that same thing you wanted is just the way you wanted it to be. It's great. Fighting Myself, More the Victim, Healing Food, Massive, and Resolution and Lust. These tracks are timeless, and to me personally, these songs are better than any next Linkin Park album. Yeah, Minutes to Midnight had great songs, but it wasn't a good album, to be honest. The next ones I did not enjoy at all. The Hunting Party was great as well, but it's nowhere near the epicness of Fighting Myself or Healing Food. And One More Light, I'm sorry to say that I only enjoyed like 2 songs from that one. Hearing all of those B-sides after all those years brought me so much joy and just a smile on my face, cause it's great music and I will be listening to this stuff a lot and it already means so much to me. That's it. Thank you for watching. Tell me in the comments what you think about Lost Demos. Follow me on my Instagram where I post photos of my CDs. I even posted Meteora recently, so go check it out, and I will see you in my other videos. Bye!